Howdy. Sword and Shield, it's here. We got T minus no watch a few hours. Personally, I'm loading up right now. I got it on my Switch. Focus, focus, focus. It won't focus, but you know what? We're loading up. We got an hour 47, and in the meantime, we're gonna go over all the Galarian forms and whether they're gonna be like viable or not, and just like how they look, how we're feeling about them. So let's get into it. Before I start, to lend a little credibility, we'll be using Cerebi, their top tier, and just for a little more credibility. And we're here. We got the lab coat. We're looking professional. Everyone trusts us with their Pokedex. So let's get into it. All right, here we are. We got the list. We're chilling. The first one, I did not expect this. We got the Gigamax form Meowth. Kind of goofy looking. You have not seen this Meowth though. Personally, the stats are just kind of whatever. It's going to be a steel type, which is really cool compared to the dark. On Cerebi, it does a thing where like, hey, it kind of just gives us this. Like, it gives us like a slight look into it, more so just a pixel version. So I'll show us like the real versions as well, don't worry. But yeah, he gets this goofy evolution. He looks like kind of like the Tasmanian devil in a way. But yeah, so it's got some interesting looking moves too. Most of it's what you'd expect, right? Like Slash. Metal Sound doesn't really do anything for us. I don't think it's going to be any good in competitive. But let's look at like the actual Meowth. All right, so this is what our boy's going to be looking like. Really goofy dude. Let's play a little bit. Yeah. Okay, there we go. See, he's just like kind of hopping up and down. Like that's just kind of him. I like it. I like the design though. Just overall, like he's just really fun. All right, boys. After that, we have Ponyta and Rapidash. We've already seen Ponyta in the trailer. It's Psychic and then Psychic Fairy for Rapidash, which I'm kind of glad to see. That makes a lot more sense. I was kind of afraid for a second that we're gonna be in trouble there. Like it wouldn't have made any sense to not have a fairy like tag on this Pokemon. But overall, like it's looking all right, just like design wise. And then no like moves that really like stand out to me. Like Dazzling Gleam's fine. Psybeam, like it's gonna be special attacking, which I think it's like really weird out of Ponyta, because that's like, or Rapidash, which that's what its moveset is. But then if you look over to its like special attack and attack, the attack is 100, special attack is 80, which like makes no sense for this moveset. So it's kind of gonna be whatever, but who knows? Maybe some people are gonna put together some really cool movesets. Maybe I'll have to try to put together something fun with that. But then after that, we have our boy Farfetch D. There's a Galarian form, which is absolute fire. It goes into Surfetch, which we already saw in a trailer, so I won't dive too deep into that like we did Meowth. But that's actually really pog. Like I thought I was gonna go straight Farfetch to Surfetch, but no, we're gonna get this cool like Galarian form, and it pretty much looks the same, just he's like the edgy. He's like this, like if Farfetch D was Naruto, this is Sasuke. That's the best I can give you for this man. Overall, moves are looking like pretty like diverse, right? We got like Defog, which is solid, Brick Break, Swords Dance, Leaf Blade, Final Gambit, Brave Bird. I think this man's actually got some competitive potential. So this at the bottom here, we're looking over at Surfetch's stats. And honestly, like the attack is solid, the speed is terrible. So if there's a way to like get around that, that would be Gucci. But yeah, like I think he actually does have a place in competitive. Probably not going to be OU, but really cool regardless. Then we got our boy Weezing here, right? We knew Weezing was coming out. Really, like no surprise. Like this was the first Galarian form announced. He's just kind of a goofy boy. Like attack wise, like it seems kind of standard, what you'd expect. Nothing too out of the ordinary. He does have like Belch. Memento, solid, Destiny Bond, and it's kind of what you'd expect. Misty Terrain. But yeah, like kind of straightforward. There's like firecrackers on my room. Could you stop? I'm trying to record a video. So this next one's like my personal favorite for whatever reason. So you got Mr. Mime, right? He does get the evolution to Mr. Rhyme this game, which is really cool. Spoiler, sorry about that. But yeah, let's take a look at Mr. Mime real quick. So this is what this boy ended up looking like. You'll see in the Pokedex, like there's some other mons in there too, so it might be a little spoilers. But this man's looking clean. But yeah, I think the interesting thing about the Mr. Mime Galarian form is he does get a psychic typing, which is actually really pog. Like, I'm all for it. The abilities kind of look whatever. Screen Cleaner, I think, is really cool when the Pokemon enters battle. The effects of light screen, reflect, aurora are nullified. Like, that's kind of like his biggest thing, I think. He's going to be able to kill shields, but he also puts them up, so he's kind of that utility pick. Again, I'd be interested to see if Mr. Rhyme makes his way into like the competitive scene, but I just really like the design. That's kind of what I'm going off of for Mr. Mime. Then over here we got Corsola, right? Corsola's looking real clean. I can actually pull this one up as well. Okay, sorry, I had to hop over to a website for this one. So, Corsola, you see this? He's got this like little clear thing. He looks sad though. I'm not a fan of that. I like a happy Corsola. But then you also got the evolution here, which let me take a look at. Let me see if the stats are any good. So overall, the stats actually look solid for special attack and special defense. Like, it's a tank 130 and then special attack 145. So this thing actually might be competitively viable. And if you're wondering, this name is Corsola, kind of a dark version of Corsola, I guess, but still pretty neat, and it's a ghost type, so I'm always down for that. More ghost types to the game, the better. After Corsola, we have our classic Zigzagoon and Lanoon. They evolve into Obstagoon, as we've seen in all the trailers. I won't go into that because you guys have already seen this by now. He's been out for a hot sec. You've seen the Kiss version of Zigzagoon and Lanoon. But I want to talk about this more. We got Darmanitan, Galarian form. This straight ice type, but I want to talk about the ice fire type. Let's click into this boy. This man's looking real mean, real clean. I'm actually like a huge fan of the design overall. It looks like something out of like Super Mario. Okay, so look at this boy. This man's got a snowman on the top of his head and then looks like a little boo on the bottom. Like, if you're not using this man in competitive, I don't know what you're doing. But speaking of competitive, attacks seem solid. Like, attack's pretty good, but that's about it for that guy. It looks like we're going to need an ice stone to evolve him, which is kind of disappointing. I always hate using stones, but it's fine, it's fine. And I do think Darmanitan's like pre-evolution's like really cute. I'm a huge fan. He's just like, yo, what up? But yeah, man, I think these were like the big reveals. Like, this is probably one of the best Galarian forms they've had, and I'm glad they kept this one a secret. I do think this is our first ice fire type. If I'm forgetting something, let me know, but still, clean. I'm loving it so far. Then we have Yamask, right? Yamask is an interesting one. He doesn't like change too much in like the looks. He just kind of, it almost looks like a shiny form, right? But then when you go into him and his evolution, dude, his evolution looks so clean. This like Cofregus like form, I didn't see Cofregus on the list of what got Galar forms. So there's a chance that this is just like a whole nother mod by itself, but I really like the design. It's just like a less rigid version of Cofregus, if that makes sense. It's a little more dynamic in how they made it. Yeah, and looking like it, I was right. So it's Rune Regus. So it's actually a whole nother mod, which is like really interesting that they do that. Right? But it makes sense then. This guy's more runes, this more is coffin. Like, I get it. But it's going to be a ground ghost type, which I was talking on stream the other day. We haven't seen too many ground types, and I'm glad we're getting one. The attack looks solid. Defense 145, like, that's okay. I don't know. We'll see if anyone actually uses this in competitive. I don't really see much of a use. It's got like a solid move pool. Very versatile, but we'll see. Also, one quick thing, I did notice this move, Crafty Shield. I think that's really cool. So the user protects itself and allies from status moves with a mysterious power. This does not stop the move from doing damage. So it's pretty much like, yo, like, no status moves, which could be huge on like on a team that is meant to like just set up on you. So if you're really looking to get rid of all those like tall or not tall, toxic stall teams, I combined them. But if you're trying to get rid of those, this might actually be a viable option. All right, so then we got our last boy. To be honest, Galarian form looks worse. I'm gonna say it, and the typing is worse. I'd rather have Ground Electric because it's a little more unique. Ground Steel, I feel like those types just like they're weak against. Well, no, they're not weak against the same thing, right? Because Steel's weak against Fire when Ground isn't. But we'll be interested to see how this guy does. Like overall, looking at his stats, they're pretty bad. Like I don't see anyone using this man in competitive. I don't see too many like powerful moves. Fissure's always fun, always a good time. But other than that, I like Stunfisk is whatever. We can take a look at him though. Like this is what he's gonna be looking like. There weren't too many pictures of Galarian Stunfisk online. Believe it or not too many people are searching for this man. So yeah, he pretty much has these little footprints on him, it's looking like, and it almost looks like he's a trap, like a bear trap, rather than just like a pancake. But you know what? Pretty cool overall. All right, boys, that's it. In the time I've recorded this, I've gotten to 30%. That's huge. That's huge. We're gonna get there. So if you like this video, I'm gonna be coming out with some movesets. When I look a little more in depth on what these Pokemon are actually gonna do, this was a slight overview. Like we just touched these Pokemon, seeing them for the first time even. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you got some info out of this. And I'm gonna be coming at you with some more videos, so make sure to subscribe, make sure to do all that good stuff. Bell, I don't know, YouTube has weird things. Okay, the Clark Knight, peace and out, enjoy. When I say enjoy, I mean like Pokemon, like Sword and shit.